to Lariat TV News. This week, we bring reactions from our country's capital on the government shutdown. I'm Kendall Rickett.
And I'm Charlie Cole. First, we have all the details on Dancing with the Waco Stars.
Some Waco stars traded in their business shoes for dancing shoes, all to support a good cause. LTVN's Maren Small has the story.
The Family Abuse Center hosted Dancing with the Waco Stars Thursday. This is a yearly charity event that is used to help raise awareness and support people who are affected by domestic violence.
I'm just so grateful that there's organizations like this that can support women and that are undergoing in those types of situations. And I think those are the real heroes, and to have this type of organization, this type of charity event.
Beyond the dancing, the evening gave survivors a platform to share their story as they were paired with Wacoians to perform. This event also reminds the community the importance of support and compassion for victims.
People like me who might have, an instance to be able to help someone just in case I come across it, and to have the resources for someone like that is really such an amazing opportunity that I'm so grateful that I got to experience so that I can give back.
The Family Abuse Center has been serving Central Texas for 40 years by providing shelter, counseling, and legal advocacy.
So there is help. We are here and we are wanting to meet people where they are and walk alongside them in their journey so that they can find that life free of violence.
By turning the spotlight on the dance floor, this night shines a light on hope, healing, and the power of community coming together for a change, one step at a time. For Lariat TV News, I'm Maren Small.
The government shutdown continues as more employees get laid off, museums close, and government buildings grind to a halt. LTVN's Jacob Stowers brings you the story from Washington, D.C.
On October 1st, our government shut down for the first time since 2019, but our politicians in Washington, D.C. are working together to come to a timely resolution and get our government moving again.
The longest government shutdown in United States history occurred during President Trump's first term between December of 2018 and January of 2019. It lasted 34 days. The current shutdown is approaching 17 days, making it the third longest in American history.
Immediately went out and checked out the White House, Washington Monument, which of course we couldn't go up into because of the shutdown.
The furlough of employees means museums and national monuments are not being staffed, directly affecting D.C. tourism.
I was really looking forward to checking out the Smithsonian's when I was here. I feel like D.C. has such a cool museum scene, so I was really disappointed not to be able to hit up all the Smithsonian's.
While the shutdown is grim for many government employees, there's a small silver lining in D.C.
Yesterday, walking around D.C., I don't think that it was as crowded as it normally would be, and so we were able to walk around a lot of the monuments easier than we might have had the government not shut down. But it has kind of sucked, not being able to see, the Smithsonian and that sort of thing.
The total number of furloughed employees is currently 638,972, according to CNN Live data, and that number is likely to continue to rise until Congress can come to an agreement on the proposed spending bill. For Lariat TV News, I'm Jacob Stowers.
The Baylor Student Regent applications are open for the 2026 through 2027 school year. This volunteer position serves alongside the Board of Regents, providing a student's perspective to top leaders at Baylor. There will be 2 informational sessions, both in person and on Zoom, on Tuesday, October 24th at noon and on Wednesday, November 18th at 3:30 p.m. Baylor Student Body President Landon Self encourages all students to apply to advance the mission and goals of our campus.
I think if you love Baylor, you're committed to what Baylor stands for, and you want to help Baylor go in the right direction down the road, you can apply for this and you can have that perspective. You can be in the room where the decisions are made, and you can be a part of that and shaping Baylor history for the next 5 or 10 years.
2 fraternities teamed up this week to raise money for cancer patients, and I bring you the details. Alpha Tau Omega hosted Cuts for Cancer, their annual philanthropy event, Thursday night. The philanthropy focuses on raising and donating money to cancer patients and their families in order to support their fights.
We're giving back in multiple ways. One, with just the funds to help with, medical bills are going to be very expensive, and then just hardship will take you away from work. Whether you're battling cancer or not, you're just part of the family. As well as our buzz cuts here. It shows a lot of recognition and advocates for the cause.
Students were offered a chance to get free buzz cuts from the barbers at Elite Barbershop in Waco to show support for those battling cancer. This year, ATO teamed up with another fraternity, Kappa Omega Tau, who had a personal connection to the cause.
This is the first year we paired, and we're pairing with KOT because they also have a member whose father's battling cancer. So we found that it was a good way for us to contribute not only to ourselves, but more like to a community and go beyond just being a fraternity.
ATO hosts multiple other events throughout the year to raise money for the cause, including a pickleball tournament earlier in the week. Through these events and other donation links and crowdfunding, they have raised close to $40,000 so far and are very proud of this year's participation.
We have a lot of people getting their hair cut. I am really surprised. I know we definitely will have over 30 people getting their hair cut, and there is a big group out here, so we're really excited for the turnout that we got out here.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Charlie Cole.
One Baylor student organization was taking on a sweet cause in Fountain Mall on Thursday. The Baylor Rotary Club raised over $320 during their Pies for Polio event at Fountain Mall. Each $3 pie purchase helped vaccinate and potentially save the life of a child at risk of polio. The organization meets every other Tuesday in the sub, and students can stop by anytime to volunteer.
Even here in Waco, I feel like there's a lot of need that isn't seen, that people need to know about and that we need to care about. So I think it just kind of becomes a thing of if you're willing to lend a hand and you're willing to be the hands and feet, you're going to get those opportunities.
This week, Baylor went head-to-head against TCU, and both universities simultaneously held blood drives on their respective campuses during the week leading up to the Bluebonnet Battle football game. Kendall Rickett has more.
Baylor's Bluebonnet rivalry against TCU is going beyond just football. Both schools hosted a blood drive match Tuesday and Wednesday.
And so we try to make it as convenient as we can for you guys because we know you guys are busy. So the winner is going to be the person that gets that blood. The goal is 120 units per campus per day. And right now we're almost up there. So praise the Lord for that.
The blood drive was interactive for students and staff, offering different prizes and incentives for donation.
But I like the idea of that we get to compete with TCU for something more than just a football game, even something just helping out the general community. But it does really impact both communities. Just, with the competition, it's kind of incentivizes more students to donate, just gaining more blood for the population in the state of Texas.
The Baylor versus TCU blood drive obtained over 330 registered donors. For Lariat TV News, I'm Kendall Rickett.
Country Dance Club is a growing group on campus. The club is a unique opportunity where students of all experience and skill levels can come together to dance and have a good time. Over the last couple of years, the Country Dance Club has built a tight-knit community focused around building connections with each other by learning different dances each week. They meet every Wednesday night from 9 to 10:30 p.m. in the Barfield Drawing Room.
To me, I think dancing is more an art rather than a hard skill. So if you're having fun and you're doing it and you can call it dancing, even if it's not that good, at least if you're having fun, that's what's most important. And as long as I see that people are having fun, it gives me a lot of fulfillment.
Next, we tell you more about the free farmers market this week.
And we'll preview a spooky event happening on campus soon. Stay with us.
Blessed are the catalysts, sparking invention from the unknown. Strong are the generous, taking up the call to serve the world. Needed are the peacemakers, seeking common ground for the common good. But don't worry, you can still be fierce on game days. The work you do is faith in action, fueled by the light burning inside you. The world needs who you were made to be. Dare to be you, indeed.
For the past 10 years, Baylor has hosted a free farmers market to fight food insecurity on campus and build community. LTVN's Tatum Vickers brings you the story.
Each year, the Baylor Office of Sustainability hosts a free farmers market to provide students access to fresh produce and health and wellness resources. For over 10 years, the event has allowed local organizations to come together and provide a different approach to fighting food insecurity.
It's just to draw attention to college student food insecurity, to sort of destigmatize like the giving and the receiving of food and making it a communal thing that we all come around and help support on campus.
According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the national cost of food and groceries is increasing by 3.2% this year, and college students are experiencing these effects in real time.
A lot of things that have come up with students is like how hard it is to get fresh fruits and vegetables. It's super expensive these days. So this is a great opportunity to just get some extra nutrition, some good nutrients in your diet.
There's a lot of food insecurity among college students. And so this is just a great opportunity for the Baylor community to be able to just add in some foods that people otherwise wouldn't be able to have.
The farmers market also provides a sense of community through volunteer efforts and student engagement.
This community, it's not a stigmatism, it's not negative, but just to be a space that we can have community and understand that we're all in this together.
If you missed the farmers market, the next will take place in the spring on Fountain Mall. For Lariat TV News, I'm Tatum Vickers.
Baylor students brewed up big ideas about sustainability at the Green Tea with Environmental Humanities event Wednesday. Students and faculty gathered in the Carroll Science Building for an event that focused on sustainability and community. Guests shared tea and ideas about caring for the planet one day at a time. Filmmaker and special guest Sisa Kispe discussed her award-winning film Kusi Smiles, which explored the human and cultural connection to nature. This event aims to bring people together to think critically about environmental challenges and how small, everyday actions can make a lasting difference.
How do I engage my congregation in a way that is helping them think about nature and creation in a responsible manner that comes out of their faith convictions? Going through environmental humanities is a wonderful way to prepare for that.
Cameron Park Zoo hosted a representative from Bat Conservation International last week for an event highlighting different species of bats in Texas and their need for a healthy environment where they can thrive. With 30 species of bats in Texas, they are an essential part of the Central Texas ecosystem. These animals pollinate plants and keep insect populations in check, which helps everything from commercial agriculture to your backyard garden. On their website, Bat Conservation International states, "The future needs all of us, and we have the power to help maintain bat populations."
Conservation is important because we want the species that call the zoo home. We want their wild counterparts to be successful, still have areas to be thriving, and we want to make sure that we are being good stewards of that and we're doing what we can to preserve wildlife.
A historic Waco home set the stage for an unsolved crime, and the audience was invited to crack the case. LTVN's Savannah Ford uncovers the clues.
Guests stepped into the 1890s, not just to learn history, but to live it. The Cotton King's demise brought theater and storytelling to life, giving everyone a role in solving one of Waco's most mysterious crimes.
Hallways held secrets, and every clue brought participants closer to the truth. With no scripted ending, both actors and guests had to improvise, keeping the story unpredictable and engaging.
It's both more fun and more scary because you're not in control. If you do a script, everybody's scripted, there's no surprises, but it's fun to have some surprises. So it's equally fun and terrifying.
The central story follows a wealthy cotton merchant whose sudden death left everyone a suspect, while actors wove history into the performance.
Like the character I play was a real person in that guy's life. Now, he didn't get killed in Waco, he didn't die this way, but these are the people that lived here, so that's just mind-blowing to me.
From costumes to candlelight, every detail transported guests back in time, creating an immersive experience unlike any other.
There's just enough truth in our stories or our characters that you want to get to know more about that person and who they were in Waco. And being in the homes, of course, it just makes you want to know more, which Waco history is very important, it's very fascinating, and it's something to learn.
The mystery may have been solved, but the story continues, inviting more visitors to step into the past and discover Waco's history for themselves. For Lariat TV News, I'm Savannah Ford.
Law enforcement and local churches teamed up across Waco for Faith in Blue Weekend, a nationwide initiative aimed at strengthening community ties. Officers were treated to lunch by one congregation before lending a hand to help set up the church pumpkin patch. Local churches showed police appreciation through coffee and donuts, and a Sunday service was held where officers were honored for their work in the city. The events highlighted the bond between law enforcement and the Waco community.
This is just a reminder that there are good people out there, because we routinely see the bad. A lot of people don't realize how much bad as we see, but events like this, it's just a testament to the beautiful community that we serve, and we really do appreciate it.
Baylor students wrapped up Hispanic Heritage Month celebrations with a unique event called a Loteria Night, hosted at Casham. The event was put on by the Latinx Association for Science and Health. The night featured Mexican food, drinks, and games. The goal was to celebrate their culture and make students feel at home.
Now what it means, it's for Hispanic Heritage Month to really celebrate our culture. Now Loteria, yes, it is for Mexican heritage, but we do feel like it brings everybody together to not only have fun, but to compete kind of like you would back at home, because the Loteria is a big game that you play at home with your family and friends.
Campus is about to get spooky as Phi Gamma Delta brings back its annual Fright Night. From October 22nd to the 24th, Fountain Mall will transform into a fall festival zone for all to enjoy. But it's not just fun and frights. All proceeds support the American Red Cross. Head of Philanthropy, Ethan Stewart, says they're ready to bring all the fall fun.
We have a haunted house, food trucks, carnival games out there on Fountain Mall, all free to enjoy. You don't got to buy anything. And it'll be more fun the more friends you bring.
Coming up in sports, we recap volleyball's most recent match.
And preview the rivalry football game versus TCU. Keep it here.
I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. This is how I wanna live. Forever we'll be singing like, oh, I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. This is how I wanna live. Forever we'll be singing like, oh, I'll never get used to this.
After a bye week, football is back with the annual Bluebonnet Battle versus TCU. The Bears are currently on a 5-game road winning streak and are sitting at 2-1 conference record. Last week, the Horned Frogs lost 41-28 at Kansas State, now sitting at 1-2 against Big 12 opponents. Last season, Baylor beat TCU 37-34 on a last-second game-winning field goal. The Horned Frogs have won 4 of the last 5 meetings against the Bears.
Able to get that message across that, hey, these guys are going to be ready to go, and so we need to match it or be better, and so just kind of that's the message going into it, because it is a fun game, it's a fun rivalry, a lot of history there, like I said earlier, and so we got to be ready to play.
Kickoff is at 11 a.m. and you can tune in on ESPN2. On Wednesday, Baylor volleyball snapped its 3-game losing streak, beating Kansas State at home. Aiden Richmond has more from the game.
Wednesday night, Baylor volleyball took on Kansas State in the Farrell Center. Coming off a road trip where the Bears lost to both Arizona and Arizona State, they were able to get a 3-1 win over the Wildcats to improve their home record to 6-1.
During the festival, we were struggling a little bit with the tendency, and just we went back after winning that set. We talked a little bit about getting back to the game plan, because I feel like that's where we fell short in Arizona, not being able to execute the game plan as we were supposed to.
The freshman core has been the headline for the Bears, as Bailey Warren, who had 14 kills on the night, is playing alongside Kinsenia Rockman-Chick and Morgan Madison, who have both won Big 12 Player of the Week honors through the season.
To me, that was what was special at the end, was like, okay, hey, freshmen, like we had that conversation, I think in the end of the third or fourth, like you legitimately, if you want to be like Big 12 Freshman of the Year, like these are the matches now that you gotta turn it around.
Even with the Bears pulling out a victory over the Wildcats, players still feel like there is room for growth after the win, as the team looks to get back on track with 10 games left to play.
Giving them less points, we tend to do that last week a lot, so I think being better serve and pass was a big emphasis going out training this week, so for sure just being consistent throughout the whole match and giving them less points and being better with our platforms and at the service line.
The Bears will be back at home in the Farrell on Friday to face off against the Cincinnati Bearcats at 7 p.m. You can watch the game on ESPN+. For Lariat TV News, I'm Aiden Richmond.
Baylor softball had its annual Green vs. Gold World Series this past week, and I sat down with Coach Glenn Moore to get his perspective. Baylor softball hosted its annual Green and Gold World Series and in-team scrimmage this past Monday through Wednesday.
We knew we had a rebuilding year coming up, or like coaches like to say, reloading. We knew also that we're bringing in a great deal of talent, but we have 15 or 16, I think, freshmen or sophomore.
The World Series is an opportunity for the Bears to get good insight into what the spring season could look like.
The talent here is a little bit of a free-spirited talent, and that's fun to coach. It's just kind of guiding it and not developing it as much. So we got to do some of both, but I think it's exciting to see where this team can go. At the same time, I've been coaching long enough to know not to expect it tomorrow.
After being disappointed about last season's results, Coach Moore is optimistic about a potential for postseason play.
Postseason in this program shouldn't just be a goal, it should be expected, and we know that. So we're excited about regaining that. We have more pitching depth, and we have good athletes. So we're excited about competing not only in the Big 12, but before we get there, we've got a tough schedule.
With this in mind, the Bears are ready to take on the spring season with their schedule yet to be announced. For Lariat TV News, I'm Brooke Cranford. Baylor men's basketball tipped off its season with a 79-72 exhibition win over Grand Canyon University. The matchup featured a family showdown between brothers Scott Drew in his 23rd season leading the Bears and Bryce Drew in his 6th year with the Lobes. Three Bears scored in double figures. Tunde Yesafao led with 21 points. Cameron Carr added 20, and Dan Skillings Jr. posted a double-double with 17 points and 11 rebounds. The Bears shot 44%, including 12 of 24 from three, and went 13 of 14 from the free throw line.
It was really good to just find out how we do starting lineups, how we do all our routines and everything, so when season starts, they're not in awe, and hopefully it's a little easier.
Baylor will continue its preseason schedule October 26th against Indiana in Indianapolis. On Friday, the men's and women's cross-country team will compete in the Ontario Barriers Invite at Texas A&M. Running for the first time in 3 weeks, Baylor and host team A&M will be joined by 36 other teams. Their last meet, Jack Starrett led the way for the Bears in the 8K race with a 25:08, alongside Stratton Miller, who posted a career best 25:21. On the women's side, Ella Perry led the way in the 6K race with a 22:09.
We were a younger team last year, and now we kind of have all that experience under us, so we really know what to expect, and we definitely are just more, united, more close, and we really just want to learn how to work together.
Bears' next meet is the Big 12 Championship on October 31st at Kansas. As always, the Lariat will keep you up to date on all things Baylor athletics. Stick with us for updates on your favorite teams. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Brooke. That closes out our newscast this week. Make sure you're keeping up to date by following all Baylor Lariat socials.
We hope to see you next Friday, and until then, have a safe week, and as always, stick 'em Bears.